Hello everyone, I'm Jebakriba Roslin. I'm happy to welcome you all for a new video from my channel. Today video is from the subject financial management, and the topic we are going to see today is investment decision capital budgeting part 3. Part 1 and part 2 is already available in my channel. Part 1 is about introduction to capital budgeting. Part 2 is about two traditional capital budgeting technique, that is payback method and post payback profitability. I have given the link in the description. I suggest you to watch the video first and then continue to watch this video. Today we are going to see about one more traditional capital budgeting technique, that is accounting or average rate of return, in short ARR. Before getting into the video, I am extremely thankful for the support you're giving for my channel. I request you to like this video, share this video with your friends, and don't forget to drop your valuable comments. And if you are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon so that you get notified with every new video I upload. Without further delay, let us get into the video. I hope you remember that I have given the introduction about the various evaluation criteria, that is the various capital budgeting technique, in the introduction video. So, and in the second video, we have completed payback period and post payback period, and today we are going to see about accounting rate of return. With that, our traditional techniques for capital budgeting is getting over. From the next video, we will be seeing about the modern methods or discounted cash flow criteria method. Right, let us see about ARR. Accounting rate of return or average rate of return. We very well know that this is a technique used to evaluate capital investment proposal. What does it actually does? Accounting rate of return is the percentage of average accounting profit earned from an investment in comparison with the average accounting value of investment over the period. Right. So let us forget investment. Let us take our practical life example. Suppose we are going to buy a two-wheeler for rupees 75,000. What does we expect from the two-wheeler? Is this two-wheeler is updated? Okay, it is new one. How much mileage it is giving? What is the pickup? So many things, right? So all that we look, and then only we'll decide that is it a right two-wheeler to purchase. Okay, when we take too many steps to buy a two-wheeler, or you take a mobile phone, what is the RAM of this mobile? What is the memory of this mobile? What does the camera offer? So many things we see, and then only we decide. So here, and when you go for a commercial investment, a capital investment, we make sure that what is the return we are getting from the investment. Suppose I am investing 1 lakh in the investment, in turn what I am getting from the investment. Suppose if I am getting 1,20,000, means I am getting 20% return from the investment. That is what actually all about ARR, where you compare the amount you invest in the investment and the amount you get back from the investment, and the percentage of the difference between the invested amount and the return amount. That is what average rate of return or accounting rate of return. Before working out problems in ARR, you must be aware of certain concept, right? So that is what I'm going to tell. To explain the concept, I have took an example of some information. There is a project which cost rupees 1,20,000 and the life of the project is 5 years. Cash flow we are receiving from the project is rupees 30,000, and the scrap value, that is the life at the value at the end of the life, is rupees 20,000. So now we'll see the term one by one. First is original investment or initial investment. The amount required to start a business or project is said to be original investment or initial investment in ARR, right? So now here the amount required to start the project is rupees 1,20,000. Hence, original investment is equal to rupees 1,20,000. Next, average investment, and in ARR we also use average investment sometimes in place of original investment. So what is that average investment? The aggregate value of asset for a specific period. The specific period is the life of the project, that is for in our case it is 5 years. Okay, so in the 5 years, So not only the initial project cost, any amount, for example, installment cost, something else we have spent, if the information is furnished, you have to add that, and finally you have to deduct the scrap value. So when you deduct the scrap value and the total divided by 2, you get average investment. Okay, this is in general. Okay, so now project cost is rupees 1,20,000 and no other additional information is there. So minus scrap value 20,000, that is 1,20,000 minus 20,000, 1 lakh. The whole divided by 2 is 1 lakh divided by 2 is 50,000. So average investment is rupees 50,000. Right. Then annual average net earnings. So in the previous method, that is payback method and post payback profitability, we used the cash flow. But in case of ARR, we will not use the cash flow. Instead, we will use net earnings, the average of the earnings after depreciation and tax over the whole of the economic life of the project. That is, if you have doubt, kindly check out the part 2 video. So in that I have explained the various stages of profit, and the last stage is what? Cash flow, which is profit after tax but before depreciation. That is, to the profit, first we will deduct the depreciation, then we will deduct the tax, and then again we will add back the depreciation. The added back depreciation amount is what we call it as cash flow. But here we will not use cash flow. Here you will use average annual net earnings, that is profit after tax and depreciation. That means third stage of profit. So what you have to do, the given information is fourth stage. So in this we have to deduct the depreciation. So from the given data, how will you find depreciation? So 1 lakh is the cost of the project minus salvage value. 1,20,000 is the cost of the project minus salvage value 20,000. So 1 lakh, okay, divided by the life of the project 5 years. So 1 lakh divided by 5, 20,000 is the depreciation, right? So you have to deduct rupees 20,000 from the cash flow. That is 30,000 minus 20,000 is rupees 10,000. So average annual net earning is equal to rupees 10,000. Okay, these things you have to understand in basic. So here we will not use cash flow, we will use only profit after tax and depreciation. So we have to check the information given in the question clearly and identify which we have to use. Okay, whether we can directly substitute the value or we have to do adjustment before substituting the value. So that is, you have to make sure. And here we will be using, either you can calculate use original investment or through average investment. So we'll see the problem. Once you see the problem, you can understand. Formula for calculating ARR. We can calculate ARR through two methods, that is original investment method and average investment method. So how will you calculate? ARR is equal to average annual income after depreciation and tax. That is what I explained you in the previous slide. So that is common. Okay, the numerator is common for both the method, divided by, for the original investment method, divided by original investment, and for the average investment method, divided by average investment and into 100. And in case of original investment method, this formula is used when salvage value is not given. If salvage value is given, the denominator will become original investment minus salvage value. So there will not be any change in the formula for ARR in average investment method. The denominator will be average investment, but the way in which we calculate average investment may vary. So generally, formula for calculating average investment. So you have four different ways to calculate average investment. When scrap value is not given, the formula is as simple, like average investment is equal to initial investment divided by 2. We have three options when scrap value is given. When scrap value is given, certain people use this formula, initial investment minus scrap value divided by 2. Okay, when scrap value is given, you have three options. you have to remember one thing. This capital budgeting is a technique under management accounting, where any technique under management accounting doesn't have any common conventions and concepts. Okay, everything is according to the convenience of the management. So that's why three different formulas are available, right? So certain people deduct the scrap value from initial investment and then divided it by two, with having an assumption that by deducting the scrap value we can take only the cost spent, and with that we can find the ARR. And some people, instead of deducting, they add the scrap value, right? So and they divided it by 2. And the most acceptable formula for calculating this average investment is original investment minus scrap value divided by 2. That is original investment, initial investment, everything is same, divided by 2 plus, okay, so this whole answer plus scrap value and any additional net working capital if it is given, right? So that is to be added. So this is the most acceptable method to calculate average investment, right? So let us see a problem. Example 1. An initial investment of rupees 10,000 is expected to generate annual cash inflow of rupees 3,60,000 for 5 years. Calculate its accounting rate of return, assuming that there are no other expenses on the project, right? So what is the points to be noted in this? Initial investment is rupees 10 lakh, right? Next, cash flow is rupees 3,60,000, which is the cash flow means it is profit after tax and before depreciation is given. And life of investment is 5 years and no salvage value is not given. The method of calculating ARR is not specified. So now the initial investment is directly given in the problem. Salvage value is not given, so no issue. Now to calculate ARR, first we have to find average annual income after depreciation and tax. So from the given cash inflow, we have to find out average annual income after depreciation and tax. That means, so for that first we have to find depreciation. So we have to calculate the depreciation value from the given data and we have to deduct it from the cash flow. Then we will get average annual income after depreciation and tax. Next, what we have to find? We have to find average investment. So after finding this only, we can substitute this value in the formula and find the ARR. So depreciation is equal to initial investment divided by investment is equal to rupees 10 lakh divided by 5. Life of the investment is 5. Rupees 10 lakh divided by 5. So depreciation is equal to rupees 2 lakh. Now average annual income after depreciation and tax is equal to cash flow minus depreciation. Cash flow is rupees 3,60,000 minus depreciation rupees 2 lakh, which we have found now. So the average annual income after depreciation and tax is rupees 1,60,000. Right. Next we have to, since salvage value is not given, average investment is equal to initial investment divided by 2. Initial investment is rupees 10 lakh divided by 2 is equal to rupees 5 lakh. Now ARR using original investment method, average annual income after depreciation and tax divided by initial investment into 100. So which is equal to rupees 1,60,000 divided by, okay, 10 lakh initial investment into 100. So you are getting 16% ARR using original investment method. So since the method is not specified, we can also work out by origin ARR using average investment method. So average annual income after depreciation and tax divided by average investment into 100 is equal to rupees 1,60,000, and the average investment we have found is rupees 5 lakh is equal into 100 is equal to 32%. So Hence, we have found that the IARR according to original investment method is 16% and the ARR according to average investment method is 32%. Let's see one more example. An initial investment of rupees 1,30,000 is expected to generate annual cash inflow of rupees 30,000 for 6 years. Depreciation is allowed on straight line basis. It is estimated that a project will generate scrap value of rupees 10,000 at the end of the 6th year. Calculate its accounting rate of return assuming that there are no other expenses on the project. So now what are the points to be noted in this? Initial investment is equal to rupees 1,30,000 and cash inflow is equal to rupees 32,000. That is profit after tax before depreciation is given. Then life of investment is 6 years. It is given as 6th year. At the end of the 6th year, they have mentioned the salvage value. So we can assume that life of investment is 6 year. And salvage value is given which is equal to rupees 10,000. And again in this problem also the method of calculating ARR is not specified. So to calculate ARR, first what we have to find? Average annual income after depreciation and tax, because here they have given only cash flow, so we have to find average annual income after depreciation and tax. So for that we have to first find depreciation and then deduct the depreciation from the cash flow to calculate average annual income after depreciation and tax. Then we have to find initial investment. Okay, since the scrap value is given, so we will be deducting initial investment minus scrap value. Then we have to find average investment. So depreciation is equal to initial investment minus salvage value divided by life of the investment. Initial investment is equal to rupees 1,30,000 minus salvage value is rupees 10,000 divided by the life of investment is 6 year. So you will be getting depreciation as rupees 20,000. So average annual income after depreciation and tax is equal to cash flow minus depreciation. Cash flow is rupees 32,000 minus depreciation rupees 20,000 is equal to rupees 12,000. Now since salvage value is not given, ARR using original investment method is equal to average annual income after tax and depreciation divided by initial investment minus salvage value into 100. So which is equal to average annual investment, as we have found, it is rupees 12,000 divided by initial investment is rupees 1,30,000 minus salvage value rupees 10,000. So into 100 is equal to 10%, right? Let us also calculate ARR using average investment method. Since the salvage value is given, we have three methods for calculating average investment. Let us use all the three methods and find ARR for every three methods separately. First method of average investment is equal to initial investment minus scrap value divided by 2, which is equal to rupees 1,30,000 minus rupees 10,000 divided by 2, which is equal to rupees 60,000. Here ARR is equal to average annual income after depreciation and tax divided by average investment into 100, which is equal to rupees 12,000 divided by rupees 60,000 into 100, which is equal to 20%. Second method, average investment is equal to initial investment plus scrap value divided by 2, which is equal to rupees 1,30,000 plus 10,000 divided by 2, which is equal to rupees 70,000. Now let us substitute rupees 70,000 in the ARR formula, so that we will get rupees 12,000 divided by rupees 70,000 into 100, which is equal to 17.14%. Next, third method of average investment is equal to initial investment minus scrap value divided by 2 plus scrap value plus additional net working capital if any. In this problem, additional net working capital is not given, so we'll be adding only the scrap value. So let us find out rupees 1,30,000 minus rupees 10,000 divided by 2 plus scrap value rupees 10,000 is equal to rupees 70,000. In this method also we are getting average investment as rupees 70,000. We will substitute the average investment in the ARR formula, and now we will be getting the same answer anyway. Rupees 12,000 divided by rupees 70,000 into 100 is equal to 17.14 percentage. So since the average investment is same what we have received in the method 2 and method 3, so the ARR is also same for the method 2 and method 3, that is 17.14 percentage. So if any additional networking capital is given, this will get vary, right? And the ARR through the first method of average investment we get 20 percentage, and ARR through original investment we are getting 10 percentage. To have a clear understanding, let us see one more problem. Determine the average rate of return from the following data of two machines A and B. So here they have given information of two machines. In all the cases, they may not give detail about only one investment and we have to evaluate that one investment. There are cases where they can give details more than one investment. So in that case, we have to calculate separately for both the investment, and finally we have to recommend which is the best investment. Let us see this problem. So here they have given a table. In the table, the first column is about particulars and the second column is the information about machine A and third column is about machine B. Original cost is rupees 56,125 for both the machines, and additional investment in net working capital. So here in this problem they have given additional investment in net working capital. So that is rupees 5,000 for machine A and rupees 6,000 for machine B. Estimated life is 5 years for both the machine. Estimated salvage value is rupees 3,000 for both the machines. Average income tax rate 55 percentage, and the annual estimated, again this is also something different in the problem. So in the previous two problem we had an average same even cash flow, even return, but here they have given a different return for different years. If you see for machine 1, it is 3,375, 5,375, 7,375, 9,375 and 11,375. If you see for machine B, it is rupees 11,375, rupees 9,375, rupees 7,375, rupees 5,375 and rupees 3,375. So you have a different cash flow at different years for both the machines. So, and one more information is also given, that is depreciation has been charged on straight line basis. Straight line basis means the total cost of the machine divided by the number of years, that is the life of the machine. Let us work out this problem. Solution. Average annual income after depreciation and tax for two machines A and B. So in this problem, they have directly given average annual income after depreciation and tax. So that is what, no, I have just made an entry of the information which is available in the question. And one thing you have to note, they have given one information called tax at the rate of 55 percentage. But that is an additional information. So it is just to twist the people, they have given the additional information. I have seen generally students making mistake at this part. Although after seeing that is the given information is after depreciation and tax, yet by seeing a tax rate they will involve some way the tax rate into the problem and they will create a new problem. So here you have to just ignore the tax rate given in the problem. Let us find the total. The total is rupees 36,875 for machine A and 36,875 for machine B. We are getting the same total because here the annual cash flow is same, right? If you see the annual cash flow is same. How it is same means, see here it is starting from 3,375 and it is getting increased to 11,375. Whereas here it is starting from 11,375 and it is getting decreased and reduced and it is ending at rupees 375. So it is reciprocally given value. That's why we are getting a same total. Now the life of the machine is equal to 5 years. So why we are including the life of the machine? Because to find average investment, total investment divided by life of the machine. So total investment is rupees 8,075 divided by 5, which is rupees 7,375. Okay, now let us calculate average investment. So here we can directly go for the third method of average investment because the net working capital is given. The first two method is not needed. Initial investment minus scrap value divided by 2 plus scrap value plus additional net working capital if any. Yes, it is given. So machine A, the average investment is equal to rupees 56,125 minus 3,000 divided by 2 plus rupees 3,000 scrap value plus rupees 5,000 additional net working capital, which is equal to rupees 34,562.50 paise. Next, for machine B, rupees 56,125 minus rupees 3,000 divided by rupees 2 plus rupees 3,000 plus the additional net working capital is rupees 6,000. Only this information is different from the machine A. So we are getting rupees 35,562.50. That is rupees 35,562.50 paise. Now with that we will calculate our ARR. We know our ARR is equal to average annual income after depreciation and tax divided by average investment. So here I am using only average investment. I am not using the original investment. So into 100 is equal to, for machine A it is rupees 7,375 divided by rupees 34,562.5 into 100, which is equal to 21.34. Machine B is equal to rupees 7,375 divided by rupees 35,562.50 into 100 is equal to 20.74 percentage. Why I am not calculating the original investment method is we don't find any difference in two machines if you substitute the values of original investment. The only thing we found difference is rupees 5,000 and 6,000 per net working capital. So if you want to know the difference between two machine, only the original average investment method will be suitable. That's why I have calculated only average investment method. So from this average investment method, we have found that for machine A, we are getting a return of 21.34 percentage. For machine B, we are getting a return of 20.74 percentage. Hence, we can recommend machine E as a good investment method. Thank you. Right, I hope so you get a clear understanding about the ARR method, and with this the traditional methods for calculating capital budgeting is over. In the upcoming videos we will be seeing about the modern methods, right? And if you feel this video is useful, don't forget to like this video, share this video with your friend, and also give your valuable comments. And don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you once again.